Controversy continues over a proposed storage facility for rural Henderson County.
We've told you about the protest by residents against having the facility on Crab Creek Road. Many expected the County Zoning Board of Adjustment to make a decision on the proposal tonight. There was so much testimony, the board decided to continue it to next month.
News 13's Anjali Patel breaks down the arguments and why the community is fighting it.
4.5 hours of testimony over 125,000 square foot storage facility proposed for Crab Creek Road.
I was concerned for property value, injuries from there, traffic safety, as well as stormwater.
Randy Doss lives right across the street from where the facility would be. He's a member of a group of concerned citizens fighting the proposal, saying it would defeat the whole reason of why he moved to the area.
It's a pretty majestic view right there.
Many concerned citizens saying there's no need for the facility in the rural land. But applicant Matthew Cook disagrees. He says his other storage facility helped Edneyville grow, and this one would do the same for Crab Creek.
And I think Crab Creek is a path to growth, an artery, a town where there hasn't been any growth yet. But I don't think people are going to slow down moving here. They're coming here by the droves.
Now, whether this facility will truly harm the area and the people who live there, well, that's up to the Zoning Board of Adjustment to determine. Their decision hinges on 3 things. The proposal must not endanger public health, safety, or welfare, must not hurt nearby property values, and must be in harmony with the surrounding area. The board's decision on that still at least another 2 weeks away. Both sides had hoped this would finally be put to rest Wednesday night. Anjali Patel, News 13.
New CDC guidelines calling for masks in schools has many districts in North Carolina waiting for guidance from the state.
Governor Roy Cooper has scheduled a COVID briefing for tomorrow and is expected to discuss mask policies, but some schools have already made their decision.
News 13's Rex Hodge reports on 2 different choices made by leaders in one mountain community.
When classes start next month in Haywood County Public Schools, masks inside will be optional for students and staff. But at the county's charter school, the masks will be required inside. The decision by the local school board was unanimous. Masks will be optional. This follows a lot of input from parents, many speaking at Tuesday night's meeting.
The majority seem to be people who want a choice.
Superintendent Bill Nolte says they had a clear message.
We understand the health risk for our children and for our families and for ourselves.
That sentiment about mask wearing echoed Wednesday around Waynesville.
I am actually perfectly fine with it being optional.
He had a lot of headaches, nosebleeds, had a lot of brain fog by the end of the day.
With kids with special needs, you've got to think about them as well.
It is a strong consensus that we need to be putting safety first.
Masks will be required indoors for students and staff at Haywood County's Shining Rock Charter School, its new permanent building nearing completion and preparing for classes to begin August 4th.
We have to take a path that is going to keep people safe, and that is our responsibility.
Head of school Josh Morgan says there will be some leeway.
In situations in the classroom where kids are spread out working, they may not have to wear a mask continuously in that situation.
Morgan says Shining Rock leaders are noting a COVID spike taking the county back into the orange level and the warning from local health leaders that lifting mask requirements could lead to spread in school settings.
We're honestly being consistent with what our local health department is saying.
I am more comfortable wearing a mask because the kids in my classroom are not old enough to be vaccinated yet. They're all under the age of 12.
Nolte says Haywood schools will follow procedures that he says worked well last year.
We will still want people to tell us if they've tested positive, or if they're living with someone who has tested positive, or if they can answer yes to any of the questions about symptoms or close contacts.
Classes in Haywood County Public Schools start on August 16th.
And tonight we're learning more about impacts caused by the workforce shortage.
More local business owners say they've been forced to make changes as they struggle to find employees. It's happening nationwide.
News 13's Andrew James reports the shortage is impacting more than just restaurants.
Even with this sign out front of Costa's Kitchen in Fletcher, regular customers still can't believe their favorite restaurant is no longer open for dinner. But the manager tells me they are so short-staffed, they had no other choice. An empty parking lot at Costa's Kitchen at dinner time is pretty rare.
It's like a staple of the community. Everybody likes to come to Costa's.
But this empty lot and empty booths will be the new norm for at least the foreseeable future. Just this week, the restaurant announced it's scaling back hours and no longer serving dinner.
We really hate to do it, But in order to maintain that level of customer care, we really needed to look at everything and just see what we could do to stay open, but still take care of our customers.
Manager Melissa Sadler tells me they've struggled with staffing throughout the pandemic. They're looking for at least 4 or 5 new employees. And news of the new hours is spreading fast.
The phone hasn't stopped ringing, and every time they call, it breaks my heart to have to tell them, because I know a lot of them are senior citizens and they don't cook for themselves anymore.
We're trying to fill a lot of different positions. Some of them are full-time and some are part-time.
And it's not just restaurants looking for employees. Buncombe County Schools has around 100 vacancies right now, with the start of the school year approaching. The school system held a job fair Wednesday looking for child nutrition workers, teacher assistants, and the biggest need is for bus drivers. While these openings are normal for this time of year, Principal Reggie Bright says they are facing a new challenge with attracting potential employees.
The big thing, though, we're just competing with lots of people right now because everywhere you go, there's a vacancy or now hiring sign.
And back here at Costa's Kitchen, the manager says she worries unemployment payments are keeping people from going back to work. She also tells me the restaurant is working to increase wages as a way to attract more employees.